Hey everybody! Welcome to Whispers in Ink. I'm Jennifer Merle Hampshire, and this is Let's Create. Alright, I have a fun one for us today. We're going to be doing a slightly different fun fold than a gate. I call it an Askew Gate. I've done it for my butterfly birthday bash, and I kind of tweaked this one a little bit different, so I have a sample to show you of what I'm talking about. So let's switch the camera and let's see what we can do. All right, so here is, oh, I gotta make sure the volume's down. Here is the kind of sample. So a gatefold normally meets in the middle, and it, oh shoot, sorry, my nose was itchy. Gate normally meets in the middle, and we typically put a panel here or a square piece here, but I did a double there and there on this one. Now the one that we're going to be using today, and I got to move my camera, you guys. The one we're going to be using today, we are going to be shifting it just a shimmy bit over to the right. And I have it already scored for us so that you can, and I'm going to give you one more look at this one. Here we go. I am really super excited. I love this panel section. I love having that little peak on the inside. All right, this one, however, and I gotta grab my, let me grab my trimmer because I can tell you. And we'll pretend that we're scoring it. Oh, look at that, there's a piece that needs to go in the garbage. So we're going to score it at 3 1/4. Don't do the dark one. Make sure you're doing the light one. And then this piece is 1 inch. Yeah, 1 inch for this edge piece. And then here's how we're going to fold it. I'm going to flip it over. We're going to have this here. And then you have just this little panel here. But this little panel is just enough not only to put the designer series paper on, but it's just enough to help support these pieces here so that it looks like that. But let's get the other parts. So I have hello, whomever is here. I have 2 pieces of vanilla 3x3. I have a piece of designer series paper that is 3/4 by 5 1/4, and I have a Ringed with Nature embossing folder. This one's just a straight embossing folder, and then I have a mat for on top of that. And can you grab me the Mary Merlot and the early espresso? Thank you, please. And then I have a very vanilla 4 by 5 1/4. All right. Here is, however, if you have not taken a look at any of the hybrid embossing folders, I need to show you this because this is ink. Guys, this is super cool. Oh my gosh, I love it. Love it. Here's all the parts and pieces that you get. Thank you. And this piece, this one solid big ring piece, goes inside of this embossing folder. And it actually locks in place. So here I am trying to get it to wiggle. This actually locks in place here, so that you can cut out the rings, and it embosses and does the die cutting all in one run through of your machine. Oh, love it. However, if you don't want to cut it, like I didn't want to here, you just go ahead and put your paper in here close it up like a regular embossing folder, and it works just like a regular embossing folder would. And I love that. So many options. So many options. And then there's more, and yet there's more. You can, and we're going to, with this one, I want to take the early espresso and my dauber, and I want to darken up these rings just a smidge. Now you could cut this out, again, cut an inside out, which I think looks super cool. I have a card that we're going to be doing soon that is going to entail that. But I'm not sharing that with you today. There's our wood, our live edge, if you will, on our tree ring. And we're done with that. And we could do the same to this. I'm curious. Yeah, we definitely could. I'm using early espresso for my live edge look. And I think that would, actually, that's really cool. Okay. There. And I'm going to do all of these little edges, even the corner ones. Open that back up. I think that'll be cool. There. Don't go crazy pressing hard because it'll go too far. You want to just get that edge. And I'm just working it around. Working it, there we go. Working it around. Using the edge of my dauber. This would be something that you could do with your Wink of Stella as well. If you are a big fan of Wink of Stella, you could use your blender pen to do this as well. If you wanted to be a little bit more intricate. I like the roughness of, and the imperfectness of the dauber. It gives you some different shading. It adds some depth to that. Look at the difference. So here's what it would look like. I know it's the backside, but to give you an idea, we've got that, or we have that. I love that. Love it. Then I'm going to take this edge. This is the layering edge, and I'm going to darken this edge up just a little bit. I'm not going to go super crazy with this either. Just enough. Just enough to notice. Up the side we go. I hope everybody's having a great week so far. I know it's only Tuesday, but there's that. And that kind of helps pull in that. There we go. So that'll look like that. Very slim edge on that. Now I'm going to take these pieces. I think I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to just dirty them up just a little bit. I love this stamp and die embossing folder bundle. It is amazing. Just to let you know, I will have a link to all the products that I used. I will put that in the description below as soon as the video is over. A little bit more ink. I'm trying to be light-handed. I'm trying not to go too heavy. If I did want to go a little bit heavier, I would have used my blending brush. All right, so there's those edges. One's a little bit darker, but we'll make this one the front. And this one will be our inside. Oh, if we're dirtying up all the edges, we might as well do this one too. And I'm just being, and you can see, there's the edge. You can see it when it's on something, but when it's just by itself, it's super duper light. So you don't have to go crazy unless you want to. That's your choice. There we go. All right, so there's that. Now, this will be our front. And then we've got a piece of the celebration paper, the tree ring. I think that's what it's called. The tree rings. Rings of Love is the designer series paper. This designer series paper pack, which is amazing. You've got all the seasons. You've got, this could be winter, but to me it's fallish too. You've got Christmas and fall and summer with the mushrooms and the greenery. Oh, there's even some butterflies in there. And then you've got these awesome medallions, little houses, alcohol ink look. Let's see what else. And we've got some birds and some more summer piece. And then you've got a gingham in the background. But this one, where did it go? This one. Hello, come on everybody, cooperate. This page lines up with the die cuts. So you remember I took that one big die out to show you that it lined up with the embossing folder? Yeah, that's not all. It also lines up with the die cuts. Look at that. So you could use your die cut and cut out all of these tree rings, and then you instantly have tree rings ready to go. And it looks kind of, you could do a quick fussy cut through here because this one actually is crooked. Yeah, this one's upside down. So these look upside down to me. Anyways, you have to kind of go through and pick, oh, it could go this way. There you go. So this goes this way, this goes up here. So you kind of have, you could do a quick cut this way and just run it through. All right. Now, I used, also in the die cut set, I used this little branch here, and I cut it out in crumb cake. But then, of course, but wait, there's more. I colored it, the leaf part, with light mossy meadow Stampin' Blend. And then I'm going to take my dauber and move that stuff. Actually, I'm going to use this inside because nobody's going to see it. I'm going to go on this tree limb and kind of work that up just a little bit. Add some dimension to that tree limb. And I think we need a little bit more down here. What I thought was pretty cool, and I don't know if you can see it in the camera. There you go. See how there's still lines on the leaf and on the tree limb? That embossing happens when you cut it. And I think that's super cool. Super cool. All right. Like I said, don't worry about that. Nobody's going to see it. Let's see. What's next? Assembly. Nope. Stamping is next. All right. We're going to do some stamping. This is our inside. This is our front. I have the stamp set that coordinates with it. Thinking of you. Get well soon. Sorry. There we go. just for you, Merry Christmas, love and warmth, happy anniversary. And then you have all these added little stamps. You can make mushrooms. With this, you can make acorns. You've got hearts and poinsettias and leaves and berries, all sorts of things. We're going to use this here. And I'm going to do Thinking of You. And I was thinking of doing the house on the inside, but I think we're going to do acorns out of this because this is one stamp. And we'll pull that out and we'll do acorns. So I'm going to have to grab the crumb cake ink. Changing it up just a little bit. So here's our tree ring. And we'll do Just For You on the front. Just For You. And on the inside, we'll do Love and Warmth for our inside sentiment. And then we'll do these little acorns here with the acorn topper, which is back here. There. All right. There we go. Now we need blocks for it all. We got a little one here. Oh, actually, I think that, nope, that one's the bigger one. We got that. Yes, I do have this many blocks. It's crazy, right? Our Love and Warmth on that. Oh, that one's upside down. And you guys, that is, you can really see it here. That is stained a little bit red because I used a Mary Merlot, but it stamps just fine. So don't worry about that. And we'll do the Just For You on that side. All right. Now, stamping. We have our tree rings, and I want first and second generation for this one. And again, I'm going to use my, no, actually not for that one. I need a scratch piece of paper right here. So I have a scratch piece of paper. I'm going to use Early Espresso. And I'm going to put one tree ring up here. Now, to do second generation, typically we would just take this off and put it over here because that's the other corner. However, you can, I don't know if you can see that, but you see where there's no ink and then there is some? I don't want that. So we're going to re-ink, stamp off, and then we're going to reapply. And I think this might be where we put the little mushrooms on this side. There's that, because I like the mushrooms. The mushrooms are super cute. There's no sentiment on this part. Second generation on this mushroom too. So we'll put those there. And I need to grab the stems for the mushroom out of the stamp set, which are one stamp. So there's no worry about lining things up because it will line up. I'm going to grab the crumb cake ink. We need that because of it, this one piece gets you all situated lickety split. There's your mushrooms for the inside. And then here's our front for Just For You. Here. And we need to clean these because I don't want that red on there for the acorns. So we're going to use crumb cake for the acorns. And we'll use Early Espresso for the acorn top. So there's the sentiment part of our front, but we're going to add this and this piece as well. So that'll be our front sentiment part. And we'll assemble that in a minute, but we need to stamp our inside. And we're going to do, again, we're going to do crumb cake. And I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do 2 sets of these, because we'll go up the thing like they're falling off the tree. And then next is our acorn top. And yes, that we have to stamp each time, but you guys, I'm okay with that. All right, so there's that. And then Love and Warmth will be our inside sentiment. And we'll put that right there. All right, all of our stamping is done. Now it's just assembly. So here's how the inside turned out. Love and Warmth with all the little acorns. We'll get our scratch piece out of the way. Here's our card base. We're going to grab our bone folder. There. This will be glued to the inside. Oh, where did my glue go? There's the glue for our inside. Then our Celebration Designer Series paper. Oh, have you gotten your celebration items that you've wanted yet? Did you hear that one of the items is already sold out? Oh, goodness, you better hurry, hurry. Don't want to miss anything. This designer series paper is so much fun. All right, the rings are going to be glued onto this. Kind of wish I would have thought of putting a Mary Merlot piece back there, because that would be pretty. Not this time. So we've got gluing this onto this panel. There we go. Now we've got these 2 panels. I'm going to take this piece first, which is our inside piece, and we're going to put just a little bead of glue, because you don't want it going crazy and squishing out all over the place. So we're going to put that there, make sure it's straight, and I almost tucked it all the way to the edge. So there's that. The next thing is I found this works out really, really nicely. Put dimensionals. In 3 spots. I did the 2 edges and once in the middle. And what I'm going to do is I'm again going to put 1 bead of glue on here And I'm going to line this up. Adhere it on here. And then hold it and open that up and take the top two pieces of dimensional backs off. That was the easiest way I thought to do it, because I want the shimmy of the glue, but I want the puffiness and the ability to line it up, because if it doesn't line up, it'll drive me crazy. And the trip to Crazy Town is short enough. There we go. And I was able to adjust it just a little bit so that you don't see the back. Mostly, apparently. There we go. And then just pull this back a little bit and pull those two dimensionals off. There's that. Oh, so cute. And we'll put, I think we'll put this like this. I'm gonna get a hold of my dimensional lady. Over here, I apparently am out of dimensionals on the live station. There's that. Dimensionals for here. And then a little bit of glue on the stick. Because not going through a hurricane, once you get that glue on there, it's going to get tucked in like that. So you don't have to worry about it going anywhere. And there is our card for today. Just for you, using the Ringed with Nature stamp set, die cuts, and embossing folder, plus some daubers and some other things. Love and warmth. And there's our card. How cute is that? Oh my gosh, I love it. All right. I hope that you enjoyed today's card. I hope you enjoyed today's card, but most of all, I hope that you had a great day getting crafty. If you have any questions about anything that you've seen today, right here is my email. Go ahead and shoot me an email. And if, or comment here, because I do go back and double check the comments. I hope that you enjoyed it. And you guys, if you did enjoy it, obviously subscribe to the channel and make sure to hit the like button, because that helps others find us too. See you in the